and also entertain all the audiences that are out there, not just one group. It's the perfect summer movie because it has that energy for people that are just coming out of the schools and they want to go and see a crazy film. They go to see Total Recall and they're going to have a blast. It's showtime. I'll be back. To be or not to be, I am to acting what Raymond Burr is to ball vaulting.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last?
That's what Major did.
I lied.
My name is Julius, and I'm your twin brother.
Oh, obviously. The moment I sat down, I thought I was looking into a mirror.
You're coming off of Twins, which was a really successful comedy, and everybody liked it a lot. And now you're going into Total Recall, which is this really hard-edged, really tough action picture with a lot of violence. Why the change?
Why not? It is the most incredible thing I've ever done in my life. It's the craziest film I've ever done. And so I think that it really will surprise everyone, and it will really entertain everyone.
Arrest that woman!
Cut.
Get ready for a surprise!
This is great when you open up a film right away, bang, 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 you know. There's some action there, and sex and madness. It's terrific.
Hello, I'm Johnny Cap. Where can I take you tonight?
Drive! Drive!
Would you please repeat the destination?
Oh, anywhere, just go! Go!
Please state a street and number.
Shoot! Shoot!
I'm not familiar with that address. Would you please repeat the destination? Hello, I'm done. Fasten your seatbelt.
Doug Quaid, the character that I play in the film, is a character that is actually a very vulnerable character and a very innocent man who is doesn't really know who he is. Howdy, stranger. You. I'm not you. You're me. Great. He thinks he's one guy, but in the meantime, he's another guy. And so I played two different characters in a way in this film.
How's it, thank God you're alive?
Melina.
Hmm?
Melina, I've got to tell you something.
What?
I don't remember you.
What are you talking about?
I don't remember you. I don't remember us. I don't even remember me.
As he slowly discovers who he is, and as he discovers that he has this tremendous fighting skills, and that he has this tremendous strength of the will, and the physical power, and the endurance, and all those kind of things, and that he has had a background of being the top secret agent on Mars, and all that. As he discovers that, then he becomes, of course, a much crazier guy and a much more violent guy. The guy has a choice, really, to decide on the end of being the good character or the bad character, and he chooses then to be the good character, which of course I'm then playing myself, obviously. just feels great when you're in shape, and it feels great when you're healthy and fit, and I want everyone else to feel the same way. What that basically means is that you're responsible for creating much more awareness in the area of physical fitness and the importance of physical fitness. Inhale with your arms over the head, exhale when your arms come down. Now make sure to keep those knees bent and the buttocks tucked under. It's important to bring the president in there and have him connected to the whole thing because it's called the President's Council on Physical Fitness. I know out of personal experience what it feels like to be fit and to feel strong and to feel energetic. It has an impact on your entire life.
I want myself.
Granted, and then...
It is really fantastic, having been an Austrian farm boy and now being a movie star. I mean, not only a movie star, but they can't even fit my name on the marquee. Look at this.
This film, Total Recall, really represents in some way the changes that you've brought to action films. I mean, I remember you said that like 10 years ago, most guys in action films were what you call them skinny rats.
Well, you know, I would say that that films basically represent its time. You know, I think that in the 40s and 50s, the guys did not look like that. I think that America and the world was not as obsessed about bodies and muscles and strength and power and all those kind of things as they are today. The interesting thing is I idolized the muscular guys when I was a kid, but they were only doing then Hercules movies.
Get off there, Theseus! Look out, Theseus!
Thank you, Hercules. You came just in time.
When I saw those guys in the films, I limited myself in a way by saying, if I win the world championships in bodybuilding and win Mr. Universe and all those things, I would like to get into movies myself. And I would like to do these Hercules films. Because that's all I thought you can do if you have a muscular body.
I've been here thousands of years. I'm bored.
Don't interrupt your father.
I'm tired of the same old faces.
You're staying here.
Imagine coming to this country in late 1968 and then getting a phone call a few months later saying, we want you to star in a Hercules movie. I simply said, wait a minute. Wake up, Arnold. I couldn't believe, because these are only the kind of things that you read about and you say this is fake.
It doesn't even look like me. Look.
What are you doing? Oh, wow!
I'm a farm boy coming off the boat from Austria, and here I'm asked to star in a film. So it was a great beginning in a way. I didn't know what I was doing, but it was a great beginning.
Who are you? Conan.
There were various different stepping stones, I would say, in my career. One of them, of course, was Conan. It was the first time where I did a film with that kind of budget, and where a studio like Universal Studio putting $20 million behind the promotion worldwide, and that was great because it all came kind of towards me because I played the title role.
Conan, what is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of your women.
And the next big stepping stone was, of course, Terminator. Terminator, I think that people became aware of the fact that I don't have to really take my shirt off or run around and expose my muscles in order to sell tickets.
Come with me if you want to live.
After I've done Terminator, and we have seen it being more successful than the Conan films, people then sent so many different, a variety of different scripts that were all in the action genre, but they were not muscle movies or Viking movies or pirate movies or anything like that. So that was a great change for me. And then, of course, the next big change took place when I did Twins.
This is the most unfriendly acts you're committing. I mean, I don't know what the problem is, but I'm sure it can be resolved without resorting to violence.
It, I think, made everyone now feel comfortable with the idea of me doing a film that deals with comedy and with humor, and to do something else besides just punching out 400 guys in 2 seconds.
Either bed will be fine. I always sleep on the floor.
In most films, I've never had a chance to have a romance on a screen because of the situation that we were in. You do a film like in Predator, and then all of a sudden, midway through the film, the studio calls and says, I haven't seen any love scenes yet with Arnold and some girl in a jungle. When you have this predator monster hunting after you in a jungle and is wiping out all your soldiers around you, so then you have this girl and says, well, listen, why don't we have a little action here? And I'm sure he will understand. There's no room for love scene. I mean, my love interest is my gun at this point. You know, that's where it's at. It doesn't work. So the circumstances are always such that it doesn't work.
I'm looking for Red Sonja.
I am Sonia.
Your sister's dying.
Red Sonja is really the only film that really went in the toilet. There was pitiful performance, and I was so happy that it did as bad as it did because the people had no chance to see the movie. It was one of those films where I felt I should do a favor to Dino De Laurentiis because he asked me to participate and do a cameo in a film. And then he used every single frame, and all of a sudden I was in 3/4 of an hour in a movie. So, I mean, that was one of the little tricks. I remember I went to see it with my wife, and we looked at the film, we looked at each other afterwards, and I said, if this movie doesn't ruin your career, she said to me, in 2 seconds, she says, then I think you have tremendous sustaining power in this town. So, sure enough, the movie came out. It had no impact on my career, right? And then Commando came out and went through the roof.
Would you like to ski Antarctica? Life pass you by. Call recall for the memory of a lifetime.
Recall, recall, recall.
Total Recall, I go to a place called Recall, which is in this futuristic time a place where you can go and get a fake memory, where you don't have to actually go on a vacation or go to Mars or travel around the world or climb the highest mountains or ski the fastest or any of those things. You can get a memory implant that makes you totally believe that you can do those things or that you have done those things.
Ready for Dreamland?
When I get this implant, or supposedly get this implant, from that point on, you don't know anymore as the audience or as the character, is this a dream or is this reality?
You're dead! All of you! You blew my cover!
What the hell is going on here? You can't do a simple routine double implant?
It's not my fault we hit a memory cap.
They'll be here any minute. They kill you all!
What are you talking about?
Oh,
Let me go!
Mr. Quaid, try to calm down.
My name is not Quaid.
Everything that Quaid, the character that I play, does, he's surprised and doesn't know where the ability and the know-how came from, because his memory is erased, but his reflexes are not.
Hi, honey.
She knows that I was deprogrammed, that my mind was stolen, and I believe that I'm a construction worker.
Tell me exactly what happened. Why would spies want to kill you?
I don't know, but it had something to do with Mars.
Mars? You've never even been to Mars.
I know, it sounds crazy.
So it becomes very Hitchcockian type of a situation, you know, this kind of suspense movie.
Your whole life is just a dream.
If I'm not me, who the hell am I?
It has all those dimensions of suspense and the action, the adventure, the sexy side of it, and the whole rock and roll from the beginning to the end.
That's for making me come to Mars. You know how much I hate this phony planet. Cuff him. I play Arnold's wife, sort of. And then I play something else, sort of.
I had auditioned with him for Predator, and I got the role, but then I decided to do Critical Condition instead. And I told him that when I was in Mexico City, but he said he didn't remember me, because he said one brunette actress is like another. And I said, well, one bodybuilder is certainly like another. So then we were off to a great start.
This whole relationships with me and the girls just really play well, and I'm really into it, of course. I mean, you can tell this on the screen.
Doug. Honey, you wouldn't hurt me. Would you, sweetheart?
Action, Arnold.
There are certain films that when you read the script, you realize that a special director has to be hired for this project because it's a special project. Twins was one of those projects. Ivan Reitman, there would have been no director that could have done it better than Ivan Reitman. Or for Terminator, Jim Cameron. And Paul Verhoeven, after having seen several of his films before and then having seen RoboCop, I was absolutely convinced.
Arnold has no ego. You can say anything to Arnold. As a director, it's so easy to work with him. You can just say, Arnold, don't look like that. Keep your eyes shut or open them up, but it looks stupid what you're doing. Let's go.
We went over to the hotel to rehearse a scene. And so we checked in downstairs at the counter, which was kind of a weird atmosphere because they saw Sharon Stone being there, and two guys, Paul Verhoeven and me, asking for a room.
So we went to the hotel room, and they were pretty amazed that two men went in with this girl.
For how long do you need the room? I say, for 2 hours. So that, of course, really blew this guy's mind, right? He says, oh, now we know what they're here for.
We were trying to do the scene on the couch, just sitting there in the chairs, but it didn't work because it starts out, they fight a little bit in bed, and then it goes into a kiss.
Paul says, yeah, as he usually does, he never can get the words out. I cannot get the feeling. This is great. I cannot work. Let's go into the bedroom.
So Arnold lays down in the bed. I get down beside him. I'm kind of nervous, you know. I'm sitting there and I'm looking at Arnold. Paul's going, no. You've got to be sexy with him.
And out of nowhere, Paul would just charge and dive into the bed with us.
And Paul's like kissing Arnold.
And pounding away on my chest.
You guys are really cute together.
Of course I kiss Arnold. I mean, the director should give the good example, isn't it?
I love acting, but when you see directors direct, you say to yourself, this must be a great challenge to direct. So I was talking about directing for a long time, and finally Joel Silver gave me the opportunity to direct one of the Tales of the Crypt.
What's the matter with you? You want to keep that 90-pound corpse for the rest of your death? Keep pumping.
I like being multi-talented in this industry. And so I'm trying to train myself and educate myself in that direction. Because you are only as good as your last film. That's what they always say, and that's true. And if your last film is a bomb, then you're a bomb, you know. And if your last film goes through the roof, then you go through the roof.